Now, I'm not exactly too sure if this is a big call or not, but in my opinion, I think Post Malone must release an album sooner than later. And what I mean by that is, it is pretty obvious that we will most likely not be getting a Post Malone album in 2023, which of course does make a lot of sense. Posty is recently a dad, and he of course has a partner now who I'm sure he wants to spend time with, and that of course makes a lot of sense. And if you disagree, you're probably like me, lonely as fuck, who doesn't know what it's like to be loved. Yeah, I was getting a bit sidetracked there. At the end of the day, as I said, Posty's got all these things going on in his life right now. He just finished the Australian/worldwide tour with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, which of course went really well. I know a lot of friends and that who actually went to go see him in the Melbourne show, and they said he was absolutely awesome. And I think there was a lot of memes and stuff being made about his performance there. He was kind of doing like a fucking, I don't know, like a handstand, like backflip thing on stage, nearly breaking his own neck. But I don't know. The guy just gets emotionally invested with how he performs, you know what I mean? But again, with all of this being said and done, I do expect that he will probably start working on some new music in 2023. I just don't expect to see an album this year, and I think that's some realistic expectations. Although I do think there are a lot of reasons that do say Posty has to release an album, I think, in 2024. It can't be a big long wait like the last album was, where we literally had to wait like 3 to 4 years, I think it was, since, I think, you know, in between from Hollywood's Bleeding to, of course, 12 Carat Toothache, and it just felt weird. And the album that we got didn't really seem like a project that had been in development for 3 to 4. It seemed like a project that was kind of done in less than a year, if I'm going to be honest. And you can really tell with some of those projects. I think a perfect example is Changes by Justin Bieber. Whoa, I just had like a Tourette's malfunction, I don't even know. But Changes by Justin Bieber, you can tell, was made in like 2 months, because it just wasn't a very good album. But then when he released the next album that he confirmed, he even started working on that before the Changes album, you could tell it had been a long production in that one, and that's why that album was pretty decent. And I hope Posty has done a lot of work here and there on this new one. There was even, I think, a hint of by Dre London, who is Post Malone's manager, that did actually say that he and a couple other guys were in the room writing down notes and all this type of stuff for the pre-production of the next album. So again, that makes a whole lot of sense. I might even make a separate video on that, but there are a lot of reasons why Posty needs to, of course, I think, make a new album sooner than later. And a couple of those is, first of all, I think the whole entire issue with 12 Carat Toothache just kind of stemmed from the old saying that people have been really wanting rap from Post Malone for quite a while. And I think when it does come to Post Malone and his rap, he hasn't really released any since like 2018, 2019. There was a bit on Hollywood's Bleeding with like Wow and a couple other songs here and there, but there was the album was really mixed with a lot of different things. And a lot of people thought that his new album, 12 Carat Toothache, would kind of follow the similar formula, where it would be a similar formula, I should say, where it would be like pop, R&B, rap, maybe some rock, very similar to how, you know, Hollywood's Bleeding had, and maybe a couple other different things here and there, like Posty has previously mentioned, he'd like to do some country music. People kind of thought they were going to expect that. But when 12 Carat Toothache was released, it was a very weird album. I don't even know what kind of category to put that album is. It wasn't full pop, but it wasn't enough rap in it to even be considered R&B. I feel like it was just a really weird album from top to finish, and it didn't get very good reviews compared to his last couple albums, and there wasn't really that much rap on it, if not at all. The only song I think I can remember that was kind of rap was Insane, and I hated that song. I'm not gonna lie, I know some people kind of liked it, but I hated it. And there's a lot of Posty fans who have been wanting rap for so long, since 2018/19, but just haven't received it. And I can definitely feel some people are starting to lose hope and are starting to lose interest, and that might have been another reason why 12 Carat Toothache streams and numbers were much lower than the previous albums, because once people heard that this album didn't fulfill the promise that Posty said that there would be, I feel like a lot more different genres kind of slapped into one, and it was more just the pop and very repetitive type stuff, I think people just kind of turned their heads away and looked the other direction. But with Post Malone recently performing some rap music in Rockstar and WoW at the All-Star game, when he was performing, I believe, before the game started, I think it kind of reignited the fire that a lot of people really wanted to see this guy rap again, and I honestly would like to see that as well. And I feel like if Posty were to take a long time in releasing albums, again, like a 3 to 4 year wait, very similar to the 12 Carat Toothache album, I just feel like people are gonna lose interest. People are starting to lose interest in that whole entire scene, and I don't think Posty wants to lose that side of the fan base. The thing is, though, I will say again, I think Posty should do whatever makes him happy and all this type of stuff, but I genuinely think making some rap / R&B wouldn't exactly be the worst thing for Posty to do, and I definitely know he has an awesome creative side that would go a long way with that. And look, even if he doesn't want to, even though if it's not his thing anymore and all this type of stuff, it'd be awesome if Posty went back on the promise that he made at the end of Hollywood Bleeding, where he said that his future music would be a lot of different things. That's what I thought 12 Carat Toothache was going to be. I really thought it was going to be, you know, some R&B, some rap, some pop in there as well, you know, some country music maybe, some rock, all this type of stuff. Posty has the amazing creative ability to be able to do it all. But for 12 Carat Toothache, he kind of just settled for the pop / minimal R&B type of vibe, which didn't exactly seem that great. Well, I'm not going to lie, I definitely think 12 Carat Toothache is still a decent album. I'm not hating on it a lot. I think there's a lot of really awesome songs on there. Like, I thought Reputation was an awesome song and one of Posty's best of all time. I also thought that A Love-Hate Letter to Alcohol was a really awesome song. But there were a couple of bland songs on that album here and there that just didn't really get to me. Like, Cooped Up, I thought was pretty bad. That would be considered, I think, one of the R&B songs on that album, and I just didn't know if I really liked it that much. You look at a sad song with Gunna, also just wasn't that good. A couple of those songs I didn't really like, and yeah, I really do hope, and I think Posty should do this. If he was to release an album, I think, next year or so, that maybe included some of the stuff that Hollywood Bleedings did, where it mixed a bunch of different genres together, I think that's what people want to hear, and I think that's honestly what he wanted to make. So I'm not really sure why he went the other direction with 12 Carat. I'm not sure if the studio forced him to do that, any of that type of stuff. But I have a feeling if he doesn't make an album soon enough, a lot of people are going to lose interest. A lot of people are going to just completely forget about that whole rap scene. He might lose a bunch of fans who were originally interested in that type of stuff. And yeah, I'm not sure, because 12 Carat Toothache being a very low streamed album compared to his other three, you did kind of get that vibe that people weren't as interested and were starting to lose that interest, which really sucked, because I love Post Malone. I think he's one of the best artists on the planet. But yeah, I hope he kind of goes back to what he originally said, where he would like to do a bunch of different genres and combine it on an album. Very kind of similar to how Hollywood's Bleeding was. There was a lot of different stuff on there. I think we kind of need to hear that for a new album very soon. And hey, bring back the rap, why not? I think that'd be some really awesome stuff to hear as well. But of course, if you haven't already, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Comment your thoughts and opinions down below. Am I onto something with saying all this? I definitely would really like to know what you guys think. Don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my sports channel. All of them will be getting linked down below as well. But as I was saying, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.